influence you, I guess, to keep a property rather than selling? Because I know you're going to sell this one, and that's because of the whole HMO issue.
Yeah, I feel like the main factor would be available capital. So I say that to say this: ideally, in any world, I would 100% want to keep this house. Like, I've put time and money into it. Like, it's in a desirable area and everything. But if you actually do the maths, I'll give like a very simplified breakdown. So if this house, for example, end value, let's say we get 240 for it. If I did want to keep it, I would be able to get about 75% loan to value on a buy-to-let mortgage, meaning that I'd have to leave 25% in. And in order for me to qualify for that 75% loan to value mortgage, the rent that this house can get has to exceed the mortgage repayments by about 25%. Like, it sounds bare confusing, but if you actually get out a pen and paper, let's just say for ease and simplicity reasons, cool, this I can get probably about £1,000 per month on rent. Mortgage repayments on a buy-to-let mortgage of a house that's worth 240, you're probably looking at like 900, probably even like £1,000 now because of interest rates. So the lenders wouldn't approve the buy-to-let loan, which essentially means that they would only offer probably up to about 50%, meaning that you'd have to leave 50% tied up in the house, and that's over 100 grand. Yeah. So imagine leaving that much money in one house just to maybe net £100-200 a month profit. Yeah. Rather than, let's say if I were to sell it now, sell it for 240, pay off the bridge and whatnot, like, you have a good chunk of change to now go and buy more houses with, or if you find a better house where you can refinance it and pull out all your money, you can do that. Yeah. Like, there's endless opportunities with the money available rather than just keeping the one house and saying, I own a house. Do you get?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So obviously you're not too deep into the game at the moment in terms of time and experience, but what advice would you give to other people who are maybe in a similar stage of life to you about getting into property?
What advice? What's funny, I got a lot of, because I had one TikTok that went viral. I had a lot of people ask me like, well, what advice do you have, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll pay you, this and that. I don't feel like I'm qualified yet to tell people what they should do, innit? But that being said, what I would say, if you're similar in age to me, I would just say the main thing is the knowledge. Like, knowledge is power, as they say. So just learn, continue to learn about property. The unavoidable factor that prevents a lot of people from entering property is obviously money. So you have to have a decent level of change. So that being said, however you earn your money, just keep on doing that until you're in a position to obviously be able to afford whatever strategy you're trying to go down. So knowledge, money, network. I have a love-hate relationship with networking, because I feel like people always go on about, network, this and that. But I kid you not, you could probably even try and go to a networking event now. It's either you'll find a thing where there's a lot of people in your situation where they've been told by everyone to go and network, so they've gone to go and try and meet people that are in the industry that can give them knowledge, but they're just coming across people in the same position as them. So I say that to say networking is good, but network effectively. So network where it makes sense to you.
Do you know what I'd say? Obviously, I've never been to a networking event.
Yeah.
However, a lot of the people who have added value to my life are people I just meet impromptu on a daily basis. Like, exactly. I would say, from my perspective, just speak to everyone.
Do you know what I mean?
Just speak to everyone, and you never know who's going to give you something.
Yeah. So that in itself is networking, but I don't think people deep that as networking.
No, people only want to speak to the people that they think are going to help them. Yeah. You don't know who's going to help you.
Yeah, exactly. And even with me, I used to go back, this was a couple of years ago, before I was even in property. I would go to networking events because I was told to go to networking events. And what I found was the people that I did want to speak to, like the people that had actually done stuff in property, they had like this inflated sense of like, yeah, like I'm the guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't really want to hear it from you if you haven't, like if you're no one and you're trying to speak to them, they'll kind of just brush you to the side kind of thing. Like, yeah, they'll get you to follow them and that.
Yeah.
That's it. So then that's what put me off networking for time. I was just like, you know, if everyone's going to be like that, then no point. So then I thought next time I am going to go and network is when I am in a position to say I've done X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So then people do take you more seriously rather than coming from a place of like, oh, I need help or this and that. Like you have nothing to give.
No,
kind of thing.
No, people don't understand that networking is more than just, oh, what can you do for me? It's, what can I do for you too? So you need to be able to give someone some sort of value at least.
100%. I feel like I said, effective networking, like the more meaningful relationships I've built and the people that I'm actually going to do business with, I didn't intend on networking with them. Like it sort of just happened. Like we were speaking, we got on, we happened to be doing the similar kind of things, and it just happened like that. Rather than going out of my way saying, oh yeah, I'm going to network and do this and that, and just trying to force it. Because nothing, like they always say that property is a people business. Yeah. So if you don't get along with people, like how are you going to do business with them?
No, definitely.
Yeah. So that
I would say as well, for people of our age group, they need to get rid of that sort of mentality where they don't want to speak to people or ask people questions because you're not going to get anywhere doing that.
Do you know what it is? Like I get it. Yeah. No, definitely, especially because growing up in a certain way, like that's obviously how you're going to stay out of trouble. It's like, mind the business that pays you.
No, definitely.
But as you grow, you've got to do, like, you've kind of got to step out of that mentality. And it's obviously going to be hard to shake because you've grown up with it for so long. But it's just one of those, you have to make a conscious effort to shake it off. Yeah. To actually progress rather than staying stuck in that mindset. To get to that further level, yeah.
So as we've just spoken about, you're not really in a position to give people advice as you're so early into the game. But do you think in the future you offer some sort of mentoring or at least just help people out who can offer you some value too, I guess? Yeah.
Mentoring, that will be down the line. Like I see a lot of people, that have done next to none. And they're offering paid courses like £1,000, £500, this and that, consultation call with me when they've only done like 1 or 2 deals. Yeah. Like that's literally like me after this house, putting everywhere like, consultation call with me, this and that, I'll analyze your deal. When really and truly, like I've only done 1 deal. Like I don't actually know what makes a fantastic deal, this and that, how to find the best deals. Yeah. And I'm trying to put other people on. Like it's too, like it's like fake. And it's like you're trying to exploit people's eagerness and willingness to learn. Like I said, I could even probably show you like 5 to 10 DMs now of people that really want to pay me a lot of money to mentor them and this and that. But I just told them like, no, look, like I'm not experienced yet. Obviously, like I know more than the average person, cool, but I'm not at a position where I can be charging exorbitant amounts of money to teach you simple stuff, really and truly, because at the end of the day, all of this stuff, it seems difficult, innit? But it's really not that hard. Like, it's just common sense and going out there and getting the knowledge. Like, everything I've learned now, I've learned from YouTube. Like, I haven't paid a penny. It's only recently I've joined, like, a property circle, but that's only because I'm actively in property. Prior to that, everything up until the point where I bought the house, I learned from YouTube. Homes Under the Hammer, watching different people on YouTube. Yeah. It's just about having that eagerness to want to learn. So I say all of that to say, down the line, like once I'm a fully fledged property expert, cool, then maybe I'll entertain courses. But for now, I'll just put out what I can and help people how I can for free, because this is stuff that costs me nothing to learn, so there's no point in me profiting off it.
Partially, you got some skin in the game, which I know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That experience is definitely going to cost. But I respect it because a lot of people are out here, as you said, giving out advice, and they ain't put their 10,000 hours in, they haven't got their 10,000 iterations, you understand? So I respect you waiting to gain the experience, to be able to give other people something. Yeah. Not for free, but something.
Exactly, and that's all it is, man.